So today is May the 4th. This is Graphic Design 2. We're talking about brochure design, which is the second to last assignment. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And kind of walk through this assignment one more time. The link at the top of the assignment is for reference only. It's going to, in the very first link in this video, it's going to show you how to set up your document. So if you click on the link, it's going to open up in the Adobe Exchange, I believe. Yep. And if you scroll down, they do have files. If you want to practice, you're very welcome to use these get files. It's got some images and stuff that creates this actual brochure. But the only one that you need to check on is setting up your document. And this video right here is going to tell you exactly how to do it. It's let's see how long it is. 2 minutes. So if you watch this video, it's going to tell you exactly how to do it, and then you're going to figure out which logo you're going to choose from the assignment. So if you're going to do a coffee shop or a photography studio, you're going to download these logos and base your brochure on whichever business or service you want to represent. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and click on the video and set myself up an InDesign document. Just watching the video. Let me go ahead and get my InDesign open. InDesign 2020. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Just going to kind of walk y'all through setting up the brochure.
Hi, I'm doing good.
Get my InDesign going. Okay, InDesign is going. So first thing I'm going to do is try to get InDesign working. That would be great. It's doing its little thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and start watching this video, and I'm going to write some notes as I watch it. That way I can remember what I need to do. It's a 2-minute video, won't take long.
See. In this tutorial series, you'll be designing your own print-ready trifold brochure just like this one. Let's start by opening InDesign and creating a new blank document by choosing File, New Document. In this dialog box, let's start by clicking on the Print tab and choosing the letter preset. Let's switch our units to inches and switch the orientation from portrait to landscape. Choose 2 pages to get our front and back, then turn off facing pages. Our document has a front and a back, but not pages that'll face one another like a book. To get a live view of the document we're creating, you can check the preview button at the bottom of the dialog box. Now, let's establish a 3-column layout and tighten the gutter between the columns to 0.16 inches. Next, we'll set our margins to the same 0.16 inches all around. As long as this link icon is selected, all 4 values will update together to match. Now we'll expand the bleed and slug and set our bleeds to 0.125 inches, giving us a margin to allow our artwork to print up to and beyond the edge of the printed page, and avoid having white space around the edges. Typically, the appropriate value here would come from your printer. It looks like we're all set, so let's click Create and have a look.
All right, that was easy. So I've got InDesign finally decided to wake up. If I can get it to register on my computer, I'll walk you through that. So I wrote all these little notes down. I'm going to follow them. You can also watch the video and do it as you watch the video. Come on, InDesign. Oh, did y'all see the photos I posted on Facebook of my Photo 2 class? They did some awesome work. They really, really did. You should check it out on the Fayetteville Tech Design Club Facebook page. Really, really good stuff. Come on. Does everybody have problems with InDesign, or is it just me? Jeez Louise. Oh, cool. Yeah, that good stuff, huh, Cheryl? That was our product photography, and I also posted some food photography. And our last assignment in photography too is fine art photography. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with on that one.
Those
Okay.
pictures almost convinced me to take the class.
Oh,
Just almost. I don't want to buy a
man,
camera.
I am so impressed because it's all done without a studio. They've had to make things up. They've had to figure it out in their kitchen. You know what I mean?
They did good. They got very creative.
Yeah, yeah. You should see some of the other projects. I'll post some more. We did a miniature assignment.
Uh-huh.
That was really fun. We did the food photography, of course. But yeah, they did so well. I was really impressed. And usually in that class, I like to take whatever photos that they take and use them in some kind of layout. So that when they have their portfolio, they're showing their portfolio, they can say, I took this picture that's in this layout. It's not from stock art. I did it, Okay,
That's cool.
InDesign is not responding. Hold on a minute. My apologies, guys. I'm so sorry. This is just, let me close some of these things down here. Force quit. Come on, InDesign. There we go. Okay, now we have InDesign. It's saying it's going to work. So file, new. Hello. Come on. Okay, file, new. File, new documents. What is going on? File. Okay, here we go. I'm glad I have 2 hours. It's InDesign to figure itself out. All right, so we're going to create new. He said go print because it's going to be a printed document. Brochures usually are. We want to make it letter, which is right here. We want to make our units into inches. So it's 8.5 by 11, but we want to make it landscape because the brochure is going to be a landscape format or horizontal. So we click on this landscape icon here. We need 2 pages, but we don't want them facing because that just causes, it's just easier to see them when they're on top of each other and next to each other. Next, he said, let's click on preview and see what we got. Probably a bad idea. Okay, so far this is what we have. We have a 2-page InDesign document, not facing pages, and now he says we want 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. And the gutter needs to be 0.16 inches. 0.16. And we dropped the margins. The margins were 0.16 also. 0.16. And let's scroll down a little bit, and we need to make sure that they're all 0.16, and you can just do that by clicking into the next one and make sure this link is connected. And then he has a bleed of 0.125. 0.125 to make sure it populates all 4. Just click in the next one and it automatically does it as long as this little link is intact. And that was it. Create. So now if I zoom out, command negative, I've got 2 pages. They've got 3 columns. They've got a gutter in between. That's where you bold. You don't want any information in that gutter unless it's a photograph. We also have a bleed of a 0.125. So if you want to push something off the edge to be trimmed, it'll go to the bleed, and that way the cutting machine can cut it right here at the edge of the paper or the edge of the document. All right, so Which one would you like me to demonstrate? Which logo do you want me to use for this? We have, let's download these.
Quick question before you, well, while you're doing that, Mrs.
Yeah,
Smith,
go ahead.
you said we can make slight modifications. So, um, if we're using like the font but changing the actual business, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. It's more about the layout and the research and getting it, your typography and things like that. In the real world, you probably wouldn't want to do that, but this is not the real world. This is virtual land, so you get creative.
Okay.
Logos in the real world, you'd have to have some serious permission to be changing them. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Where is it at? Logos. Okay, double click on that. There they are. They're all EPSs. So let's take a look and see what they look like. Which one do I want to do? I'm thinking coffee shop. So we have a coffee shop, an organic food company, a photography company, and a sports club. I'm not into sports, so I'm thinking I'm going to do coffee. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this coffee EPS and I'm going to open it with, I'm right clicking on it, open with Adobe Illustrator, or I could have drug it down to the bottom of my screen if my icon was visible, but it's not. So I'm just going to do that way to open it. And I'm going to get caught up on grading. My apologies for the delay on that. I know I've got a lot of things I need to get graded. And now we wait 10 minutes for Adobe Illustrator to start. What is wrong? Come on now. It's coming. Oh my goodness. I never have this problem. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to empty my trash. All right, here we go. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and save this while I'm waiting. Command Shift S. Okay. Put your template, save. Come on, Illustrator. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, geez. So I'm going to just take a look at these logos and see which one I want to use. Espresso Coffee Place. Coffee's misspelled. The Java. Ooh, I like that one. A coffee house. That's kind of cute. The best place on the West Coast. I like this one. So it's not grouped. So what I'm going to do is I'm get rid of what I don't want. Oops. It's obviously going to need a background. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move that over. I'm just going to take this logo right here. In fact, I'm going to get rid of all of these other ones that I don't want. I just want that one. You can't really see it because it's got white, but I'm going to make my artboard smaller just to accommodate the logo. We don't need a giant artboard. We're just doing one logo here. So I'm going to file save as, Illustrator file, coffee shop logo, put it on my desktop, and save. Click OK. And close Illustrator. So it's on my desktop. I've got the logo. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place it into InDesign. Command D or File Place. Command D. Where's my logo? Here it is. And click Open. And I'm going to draw myself a little square so it doesn't take over the entire document. All right, so there's my logo. Can't see it because there's no background, so I know for sure if I'm going to use this logo, I either need to, in Illustrator, change the colors of the logo, or I need to put a background. So I'm just going to drop a background real quick behind it so you can see that it is there. Make it go to the back with Object Arrange, Send to Back. So now we have that. It looks a bit pixelated, but that is because we're viewing it in typical display. If I go up here and go to View, Display Performance, you'll see it's typical. If I click on High Quality, it's going to improve the visual. This is what it's going to really look like in the end. But for working reasons, we usually view in typical display because it helps the program work faster. All right. So based on my knowledge of a trifold, I'll probably start with the front and then go on to the inside. So I might just go ahead and put some little place markers. In fact, this would probably be a good idea for y'all to do. So this would be the front of the brochure. If you fold a piece of paper up, you'll see that that is the case. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we can see it. Front. And let's just move it off for now. And then Option drag. Just made a copy. This would be the back of the brochure. And then, oh no, it won't actually. This is the inside front, the inside flap. Drag it again, Option drag. This is the back, and then this is the inside. What do you call it? I can't think of what it's called. Inside flap. That's good enough. So let's just put these up here. I could have used my alignment tools, but I can't see them at the top there because my workspace isn't visible. So I'm going to click on each of these and hold my Shift key, and I'm going to copy and double click on my next page, and I'm going to paste in place. File. Oh, sorry, Edit. Paste in place. It's going to put it exactly where they were on the top, but now they're on the second page. So this is going to be my inside right or left. This will be my center, and this will be my inside right. And I'm just doing this so you can see where to position things. So once I fold up this document, it's all going to be in the right spot. Most people would probably put the front right here, in the middle here, and that, but that's not the way it goes. So front, back, inside, inside left, center, and inside right. So I'll start on the front cover. It's a coffee shop. I need to think about doing some research into coffee shops and find one that has the information that I need. I definitely want to have some kind of little menu for the coffee shop. So that's what I'll do. I'll find a coffee shop that I like. I like Rude Awakenings, actually. So let's see what they have, a website. Or the coffee scene, or let's do the coffee scene. Oops. What is going on? Google. Wow, this is just insane. All right, I'm going to go to Safari. Google Chrome just doesn't like me today. So I'm going to go to Safari and try it again. You can use photos, vectors, whatever you want to use in these brochures, by the way. So, coffee scene, Fay NC. The coffee scene. Okay, so there's the website. I could probably get everything I need right off of here. The coffee scene, home, about, menu, events. So let's see. I definitely want the menu. So that's a good place to start right there. Hot beverages, quick bites, pastries and cakes, cold beverages, retail items, gelato and sorbetto. Sorbetto. They've also got detailed menu of each of the hot coffees and cold coffees. So depends on how much information you want to put on there. About us. I love their logo, but I'm not really too impressed with their website. Contact information, that's good stuff to have. We definitely want that. Let's copy that. Let's go to our InDesign file. I'm just going to start dropping things in. I'm not sure where to put them just yet, but I'm just going to drop them in different boxes. Command V for paste. Reach out and contact this coffee scene with any questions or concerns. We don't need that. Home. Much more than coffee. We are a place of inspiration, concentration, relaxation, business, and the arts. Get a glimpse of the cup. I like all of that. So I'm going to grab that, copy, draw another box, paste. Just grabbing little bits of information that might be helpful in the design. There's a nice little a little paragraph about who we are. So let's copy that, and that could go on the back of it or something. Just paste that. And drive-through window, that's a good idea. Custom to order beverages, breakfast lunch menu, pastries, events, all kinds of different. They got 3 locations. That's a great information. I'm just going to take a screenshot of that. Command Shift 4. I'm not going to type all that information. I just may put those, Fayetteville, Cameron, Fort Bragg. So I've got a screenshot. I'm going to go ahead and place that screenshot in here too. Command D for place. Desktop, where'd it go? Screenshot. There it is. I'm just going to draw a square. That way I control how it comes in. If I didn't do that square, this is what would happen. It comes in really big. So I'm not using this for anything except for the information. So it doesn't have to be all perfect. Let's see what else. All right, that's enough information for now. I can add more information later. This is a beautiful image, but I'm going to go to my usual place, freepik.com, and I'm going to start looking at free vectors and photos to see what kind of style I might want to go with. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this logo, and I may go back and change the colors. In fact, let me view display performance and high quality. The best place on West Coast should be on the West Coast, but it is what it is. Coffee shop. It's kind of boring, but it's got a little bit of a rustic look. So I'll take that into account when I start looking for things. Coffee shop. Let's see what's there for coffee shop. So there's vectors and there's photos. There's some little coffee beans. That's kind of nice. I like that. That's really nice. But I'm going to keep looking. I might just want to use photos of the inside of the coffee shop to attract customers. There's some cool little coffee stains. Ooh, that's nice. Download. We'll start with that one. Just let it download, but so many different choices, so many different styles. This is awesome. Look at that. That could be a whole panel on your coffee, on your brochure. You could use this whole thing as long as you put the right information and stuff. Very nice. I like that brown color in the background too, so I think I'm gonna grab that just for the gradient brown. Download. All right, let's go into my downloads folder. Make sure I'm unzipping those files because I can't place it until I unzip it. So I'm going to click on both of those and double click. Open up those compressed files. Now I have access to the pieces inside. And I don't want the JPEG. I'm probably going to use the EPS. I'm going to open that with Illustrator. But first I'm going to go ahead and place this one into my brochure because I really like that. Let's Command 0 to get back to full view. Oops. Command, there we go. So let's place Command D. I'm going to go into my downloads folder and find that beautiful coffee background. And it could, whatever your style for your coffee shop is, that's what your graphics will represent. So if it's a fun place for the family, make your graphics represent a fun place for the family. Or if it's a classy place, you're trying to target the wealthy section or something. All right, where is my folder? Okay. Coffee beans with, I think that's it. Yeah. And this is my image. So I'm gonna draw a rectangle from the outside of the bleed to the other side. It's not perfectly fitting, but I can adjust that. So now I'm going to grab it and pull it all the way to the bottom. And I need to fit it proportionately. Let me change my workspace to printing and proofing so I can see my options and my tools. There we go. So because it's not really fitting this rectangle for this brochure, I can either push, I could put the image at the bottom with a brown bar at the top, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fit proportionately, and that way it's going to look like it belongs. So I'm thinking the front cover, that's too much going on. So I'm thinking I might use this on the inside instead. So let's pull it down to the bottom, and that would be the inside. And let's put it in the back, object arrange, send to back. So I could use, since you open up the brochure, you can see everything at once. It's not on different sides and folded and such. You could have one image that represents the whole background on the side if you want it. And now I want to take that second graphic that I found, which is in here. It's an EPS, but I don't want to just place the EPS because it's got all this other stuff on it. So I'm going to open up that EPS in Illustrator. And I was thinking I liked this background. All right, it's groups. So let's ungroup. I just want to get to that brown. Ungroup. I think it's in a clipping mask. Let's click. Nope, ungroup. Keep doing it. Release clipping mask. There we go. All right, so that really made a mess. It took away all those beautiful effects. Oh, that's what I want right there. Oh, it's all grouped. Darn it. Ungroup. Click on it. Click on it. There we go. I don't need that. I just want that. It's really beautiful. Okay, that's what I want. Let's ungroup one more time. It's a gorgeous gradient. I'm wondering if I can copy it. Nope. What I need to do is probably take a rectangle, use my eyedropper tool, and get that beautiful gradient inside my rectangle. That's what I need to do. I might use this too. Take away coffee. I like that. These coffee beans are cool. Let's see if I can copy and paste those into my document. Yes, I can. Let's fit proportionately. Nope, it's not going to let me do that. Command Z, trash. So it's a little bit picky. So what I'm going to do here is make this document 8.5 by 11, 11 by 8.5, 8.5 inches, not pixels, inches, 11 inches. All right, so now it's the right size. Get all this stuff out of here that I don't need right now. And I'm going to make this square 8.5 by 11. Let me check this gradient out while I'm in here. I'm not sure if I want radial. That's better. Yeah. I want it to be a linear gradient so it's not got a big center part. And I can adjust the different tones of brown. All right, we'll try that. Save as brown background on my desktop and save it as an AI file. I probably could have done this whole thing in InDesign too with just a gradient tool. So yeah, might want to do that instead of all this complicated stuff. Down desktop. There it is. Drop it in. Put it in all the way to the bleed and fit proportionately. All right. W shows me the guides. W shows me without the guides. Just pushing W. All right, so let's move all this stuff. Oops, wrong one. Let's go to the back. Arrange, send to back. I want to get this text off here for now. And let's see what my coffee shop logo looks like on here. W. Looks pretty good. I really like this green down here. I'm going to copy paste. I want a duplicate of this image and I want to use it on the back of my brochure. So what I'm going to do is position it to the very center of the gutter, right here. That's where it's going to fold. But I'm going to crop the picture by just dragging the edge and pulling it in to the center of the left gutter. So now I just have the piece that I want, the graphic that I want. So this would be the back panel. I can also go into this shape where this image is, and you can see the image is still there, but you can't see it all because I've just pulled the side in. So if I want to go inside that image and adjust it, I can do that also. So maybe I just want a little bit of that image, or maybe a different side. Maybe I want it on that side instead, but I kind of like maybe like that, something like that. That's allowing me some space down here to put some contact information if I choose to. So that's a good start. So this is the back. Let me put this in the back. Object arrange, send to back. So we know this is the back. I don't need that anymore. Inside flat, that's what's going to fold in. And then we've got the front. So coffee shop. I definitely want to give it a name. Coffee shop isn't the greatest name on the planet, but it's getting there. I'm getting the design to where it's a beginning. It's a start. Now all this text probably needs to be white. So let's select all, and let's go up here and make it white. And let's just maybe on the inside flap would do the about us. Be careful of your margins. That's what they're there for, to be keep things aligned and also keep things in a safe zone. So if I put my text all the way to the edge of the document, that's what it's going to look like when they trim it. We don't want that. We want to use those margins so that when we trim it, it has a nice edge, a little bit of space. So The evolution of the coffee scene. I don't need about. The coffee scene has a rich history. I don't need that part. So I'm going to start whittling down the text and filling my panels with interesting information that will be helpful if somebody just picks up the brochure. It tells you all about the company. I don't like hyphenation, so the first thing I'm going to do there is select all and goodbye hyphenation right here. Just uncheck it. I also might center this. I don't know. We'll see. The coffee scene has a rich history in Fayetteville, North Carolina, as it grew from a shop inside a shopping center to its very own building off Morganton Road. Okay, so just based on that information, I might go to Google Maps and I might find a little snippet of a map to put toward the bottom of this, so that you've got the directions. And I'm thinking it's just too wide. You don't have to use the margins. They're just there for a guide, so you can make it anything you want. So I kind of like with a little bit of extra stuff around it. So this is about the coffee scene. Maybe a photograph would go here. So let's go back here. I'm just going to find a generic photo, just for demonstration purposes. Or it could be anything. It could be a cup of coffee. It could be anything. So let's say that's a nice one. Drag it to my desktop. Don't just drag it into the document because the link will be gone and I won't be able to see it. We need to save it onto the desktop. And now we're going to place Command D. There it is. Go ahead and draw myself a little rectangle so it goes where I want it to go. And now I have this beautiful photograph here. I'm going to pull it to the margins and I'm going to fit proportionately. Drop this down, push W to see how it's looking. It's looking pretty good. And I don't even have to follow these margins. It's totally up to me what I do. I could pull this into the back panel, fit proportionately. I could have it with a nice white stroke around it. In fact, let's do that. So let's do white and let's go maybe a nice little stroke, or maybe even a different color like the beautiful orange in this coffee. That's not the one I wanted, but that, you see where I'm going with it. But I don't think I like that. I'm going to pull this back to where it was, or maybe put it on the fold. That looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to pull it in just a little bit more so it's the same on both sides. The spacing's a little bit off. Drop it down. Okay. Maybe make this a little bit wider and maybe a bit bigger as well. So let's see what font size this is. This is currently 12 point. We could probably go up to 14 if we want. The leading looks good. This is I'll probably adjust the text to where this isn't sitting all by itself. Click below for even more information. That's not even relevant. We can't click below on a brochure, so think about that when you're doing it. So I might, maybe I'll have another picture at the bottom. In fact, let me go ahead and find one. Let's see. Drag to my desktop. Click inside this frame and Command D. And let's find that second one. There it is. Pop it in. Fit proportionately. So now I've got two images. A little bit of information. So there's one panel. And I can, I might do some different things as well. In fact, let's go back to that illustration that I had open. Maybe I can use something from here to accent. So that's grouped, ungroup. Oh, that must be the background. No, it's all still grouped. Ungroup. Now I'm getting to it. Okay, so that's that. That's in a clipping mask. I can tell that. Release clipping mask. Take away coffee. I like that. Let's see if I can copy it in and paste. Holding my Command Option Shift and making it bigger, it works. All right, so if I tried to make it bigger, just holding my Shift key, it doesn't work. Oh, it does. Okay, it didn't work on the other one. So now I've got a little element I could maybe use somewhere inside the brochure to bring a little emphasis or something to it, to a specific spot, maybe the menu or the coffee menu or something. Object effects, let's put a drop shadow on that. Gives it a little dimension. Makes it look like it's coming off the page just a little bit. So without the drop shadow, it looks like that. With the drop shadow, just adds that little bit of emphasis or dimension. All right, let's see. So it's looking pretty good. Not finished yet. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put where. I might put a graphic on the front, a beautiful picture, maybe a woman drinking coffee. Let's do that. And it all depends on who you're targeting this to. It really does. That's nice. She looks interesting. Let's drag her down here and see what she looks like on the cover. So let's paste or place. Oh, there it is. I think I made a mistake there. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I put it in. I had something selected, so it went inside that box. That's not what I want. I want to give it its own box. There we go. And position her all the way to the bleed. Now let's see what it would look like if I just fill the entire front of this document with her. Fit proportionately. Direct selection tool. Click inside the image. I don't think that's, well, it might work. I'm in negative. As you can see, there's a lot of image here. The part that's hidden. So I've got lots of different options of what I do with this. That kind of looks nice. But I'm thinking it probably doesn't work on the cover. So I'm probably going to move it. Maybe move it to the inside. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to, because she's looking the wrong way. Let's do that. Object, transform, reflect, flip horizontally. There we go. Or maybe I'll make her smaller. So let's pull her into the bleed. Pull this image into the bleed as well. So I'm thinking she's really beautiful and I love the red. But I think it's a bit too much. So I'm probably going to chill her out and maybe just make her fit into a smaller box. She's still going to be in it, but not as a main focus. Let's pull that there. We could stagger in the inside. We could stagger images on the fold line. We could do whatever we want with the inside. Let's give it a color. Let's give it a little bit of a stroke around it. So it's got a nice little frame. You could even rotate it and do a little collage, different photographs of people enjoying coffee. Let's put a drop shadow, object, effects, drop shadow. Give it a little bit of dimension. Push W to see what it looks like. I don't like that angle, so I can try to do it manually, but instead I'm going to go up here. This is where I can flip it back to 0 or 180. Or maybe, ooh, I like these circles. Let's do that. Let's do a circle. An ellipse. Let's draw a circle holding the Shift key. And while it's selected, Command D. And let's find her again. And now she's inside a circle. Let's fit proportionately. I like that. And let's give it the same stroke as this one, or that one. Let's give it the same stroke. So in order to do that, I'm just going to make sure my image is selected, get my eyedropper, go over here. That didn't work. Okay, that's because it's on a different page. I don't know why InDesign does that. I'm duplicating that. I want this image to have this stroke. So I'm going to click on this image, get my eyedropper tool, and get on that stroke, and it automatically fixes it. It also adjusted the picture, but I can do fit proportionately and make that go back. So now I've got this beautiful circle. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. And I'm probably going to flip this. Object, transform, flip. That's pretty cool. Now, one other thing. How do I do this? What I want to do, if anybody knows how to do this, let me know. What I want to do is I want to cut this part of that circle out. Can't see it. Let's fill that. So I want it to look like that. Does anybody know how to cut something in InDesign? I bet it's not that difficult. Let's see. There's probably some scissors around here, or there they are. Okay, let's see if scissors work. I'm going to grab the circle, grab the scissors, and cut right there, maybe. Right there. And let's see if that worked. Let's do that. Yes. Sweet. Okay, that worked. I don't like the edge, but it was something new, never done before. Even put her inside the coffee. Ooh, let's try that. I could spend hours on stuff like this. I mean, just hours. Maybe we'll replace the coffee with a picture of the beautiful girl. The options are endless. They really are. And you can just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But take your time, make it beautiful. We have till Wednesday to get this finished. Does anybody have any questions on this process, or has this demonstration been helpful? Great, awesome. Good, good. I'm glad. It's all about what's in your head. It really is. When you're in school, when you get out there in the working world, it's what's in somebody else's head normally. But while you're in class, it's all about you. So do something that makes you proud and that you think is beautiful, and just pay attention to those details, the margins, the typography. Not doing too many different colors. Keep it simple. And look up some references online for coffee shop brochures. You know, look at other people's stuff. That's always very helpful. And this is kind of a typical design for a coffee shop. You know, it's got those nice, beautiful browns and dark colors with little pops of green. But coffee shops are all kinds of different. You know, could be a tattoo coffee shop with a gothic theme. It could be anything. Could be anything. So you have 2 days, well, actually 3 days, I think, right? Wednesday at midnight, usually. And then the last project, I'm going to go ahead and open up the assignment in probably about an hour. So once you knock out this brochure, you can begin on the next assignment, which is an 8-page document. And this would be a good practice. This brochure will be a good practice for you to laying things out, but definitely look at the reading materials and the resources that are available, and It's going to take a while. It's going to take some serious work to get this 8-page document done in time for the end of class, but I'm sure you can do it. All right, before we leave, any questions at all? It's the last assignment in Module 2. Then we have a final assignment. Let me show you real quick because it's hidden. Here we go.
Miss Smith, are we gonna have time? I
I
thought the
think
last day of
so.
school was Friday.
No, it's next Wednesday, the 13th.
Next Wednesday's the last day?
I believe it is. Hold on a minute. Uh-oh. Don't tell me it's Friday.
I think it's Friday.
Open. Save link. Desktop. Save. Desktop. Here we go again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday of next week. Yeah, 5/13. So if we look at the calendar, this brochure is due on Wednesday, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a full week, including the weekend, of course, to do this other one. I'm going to go over the assignment real quick. I might have to slim it down to less pages. I'm not sure. Or you do the best you can. Let's see here. Go away. Go away. Force quit. I must have been looking at another date. No worries. All right, so let's take a look real quick while we're here. Assignments. Close. So Module 3 is going to be open later. I'm just going to add some dates. You're going to be creating a cover of a magazine. Your choice. These are just some examples I found. I would go ahead and get a jump on the videos and the reading assignments, page layout, stuff like that. We will discuss it on Thursday, but it'd be good for you all to be familiar with the information. I've already created a template for this. Newsletter zip, that is trash. In fact, let me get rid of that. We used to do a newsletter for the Success Center upstairs, but since there's nobody there and it's just not, it's not working. So I redesigned the module to become more of a magazine. Mark for removal. Okay. So let's go into the assignment real quick so you don't get freaked out. Publication layout. This is going to be graded with a rubric. Sorry, it's going to be graded with a rubric so we can assess how well everybody's doing in the class. So the minification template is here, and like I said, we'll talk about this on Thursday. I've given you some options. You can be anything you want. Here are your theme choices. It could be sports, gaming, health, fashion, beauty, food, news, entertainment, medical, professional, or anything else. I'll make an adjustment. Each page has something on it. So the front cover design, you're responsible for everything in here. Inside front cover is going to be an ad. It might be an ad you've done in another class. You just need to resize it to fit the inside front cover. A table of contents page. The center spread is going to be a 2-page spread. So you're going to find whatever you've got focused on the cover. You're going to find some information and just fill 2 pages with graphics, photos, and text. Remembering headline, remembering things like that. Page 6, another article, could be anything, random. Inside back cover is going to be an advertisement, usually where they put ads. Those are very expensive pages, and the back cover is also going to be an advertisement. Do you think it would be better for this assignment if I gave you the information, like the articles and things like that, or would you rather have it as a creative project where you can pick and choose what you want to put in it? Both. Okay. All right. That's a great idea. Both. All right. So that way, for those who, may be pressed for time, I'll have some advertisements created you can place in the right pages, and maybe it'll be my choice what the subject matter is, though. So, but some people may rather do that. So I will provide. That will save a lot of time. Yeah. Provide. Save a lot of your time. Let's see. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. But that way you'd have the option, so you won't feel too overwhelmed. And like I say, this will be graded with a rubric, so I'll specify the rubric guidelines before you begin, so you'll know what we're going to be looking for. This is 15% of your overall grade. So, sweet. It's been a long semester, hasn't it, ladies? It's the longest day of my life. Unbelievable. Crazy. Yeah, all in agreement. And like I said, I apologize for the delay in the grading. It got a little overwhelming. I had a lot of other things going on, birthdays and things like that too. So yes, so ready for it to be over. Is anybody taking summer classes that I haven't already found out? Because there's lots of options, and it is time to register. So I think Ms. Fisher's supposed to have reached out to everybody, and hopefully maybe we'll be face to face again. That would be nice. Oh, really? Daycare. 263. Cool. Awesome. All right, ladies. I'm gonna do some stuff here. I'm gonna stop recording here in a minute, and I'll upload this video once it's done rendering, and it will be in the collaborate or the announcements section. Okay. So just try to knock it out, get it done by Wednesday, and then Thursday we will have another collaborate session to discuss the final project. Okay. Y'all have a wonderful day, and you're very welcome. Thank y'all for coming. I appreciate it. I'm stopping recording now.